Hello guys and welcome back to Air Tycoon 5. This is episode, I don't even know what anymore because I lose track. But anyways, yeah, as you can see we have a lot of planes coming, but also we have a new base coming. Now that is pretty loud, so let me lower it down in preparation. And boom, we should be ready for a new base. Now our company income is not doing too great, but I have a feeling that is going to start turning around soon once I manage to make sure all the new routes I've been opening are priced correctly. Yeah, the Tuple 134 seem to be priced correctly for now. But as we expand into the United States with New York, this should be pretty good. Now, I've just noticed that unfortunately New York is another base where upon opening my hub here, it immediately is out of slots. Which is a bit unfortunate because that means I'm only going to be able to make the long range routes successfully. So, with that in mind, though, I'm going to go ahead and start making some of the stopover routes. Really, nothing much stopping us. So first we'll do, the routes which should be done with 747s. I'll increase the prices later, guys. I find the most efficient way to open stopover routes is similar to this, where you just go ahead and open them kind of disregarding of the initial prices, and then later on we'll go and increase them through the automatic menu to save a lot of time. Let's see, what other easy stopovers can we make involving New York. Of course I'm doing these stopovers like this first because yeah, simply the ones that are going in this direction are the simplest to make. I'm wondering if something like this is valid. No, that last bit is a bit too far. I could do something like this though. Yeah, so very nice. We're gonna have scheduled all our 747s really nicely and really quickly. Let's think, where else can we use 747s? We'll probably want one flying to each of the major cities eventually. But for now, we'll skip the major cities and keep doing ones just slightly smaller than the major cities like this. And yeah, Vancouver, Portland, Seattle, all of these work. I think Vancouver's the biggest of the bunch, so I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, it's very nice indeed. And I think we need more slots. Yep, and that's all the slots in New York, unfortunately. Yeah, it just seems that once again, every time we open a new base, it's just short of an upgrade, and then we're gonna have to wait 4 turns, I believe it is. That's what I've observed at least, before that base opens up so that you can make another hub out of it. I've just forgotten that all these very southern American cities exist either. I wonder if that's because they're out of range of my current 2 hubs. I also forgot that out of range should be a concern. Yeah, they're out of range, but the reason why haven't made those routes yet is because the least 7.4s cannot be range upgraded, even though it's only cash. And Paris is out of slots. Wow. I wasn't expecting Paris to run out of slots before London, but London is still happily sitting with tons of available slots, and no routes, as you guys can see. Oh wow. Oh no, I already have that as a route. I believe basically any city with an airport in range has a route, except for terrible ones like these. But you know what? I'm just gonna start making these ones because I'm pretty sure they'll fill. So yeah, why not? But here's the thing: I don't want to use all the good London Heathrow slots on tiny ass planes. Like I know there's some left, but I want to save those 300 slots ish for when I encounter really like nice longer range routes. So I think I'm just gonna have to sit on all these Tupolefs, which is a bit silly. We're gonna need some new airports soon in some of our major hubs, but I guess for now, I'll just keep putting in orders for Tubolevs and 747s in anticipation of when it finally unblocks the New York. So yeah, I guess we'll just do that. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that this is what we have to do, but it seems to be the case. Alright, just skip the month. And negative 72k. Now, I believe it's not actually a drop of that much. It just costs a bunch to open a new base. Yeah, branch expense almost 60k. Yeah. Also, I believe that's the worst month of the year for profit. Okay, so neither New York nor Paris seems to have worked out its slot situation. So that means I can just do the 747s, I believe. I think I have enough slots for that. So let's take a look at more routes we can 747 up. Oh, I think another thing that's probably causing a problem at New York is I have one counter. Yeah. Imagine I'm just imagining one 747 full of people trying to use one counter, let alone as many as I likely have, like 5 of them. What if they all arrive at a similar time? Oh gosh. So that many should have me covered for a small bit of time. What am I clicking on? Jesus. I just wanted to click like a neutral place so I could... Yeah, that was a bit annoying. How many times is Los Angeles overlapped? I'm just curious. Just twice? Well, you know what? With 23% satisfaction, I believe I can just come on in and basically... What is that for default pricing? Is there a way I can set a default pricing? Huh, that gets me curious now. Is there a way I can set a default pricing for my routes based on the plane? This would be a very useful feature, by the way. Because I know you can set auto replace, but it doesn't. What does this autosave feature do? Okay, I don't know what that means, but yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a way to set a default route, like, or plane for a route, or like default pricing or that kind of shit. Like, I would love it if you could like kind of adjust prices based on planes. That's a feature I've wanted in this game for so long. I'm surprised it doesn't exist yet because it's such an easy thing to code. It's literally just like a single statement in there, and then you just need a little GUI for it, which I guess is a little bit of work. But um, yeah, the amount of work in making a wow, am I out of slots already? Like, what is this for default pricing? Why is it doing that? Yeah, it'd be such an easy thing for in this tab you to be able to set pricing based on plane, but it's just not a feature. Yeah, unfortunate, unfortunate. It's this is a very nice tab, by the way, but it just needs to be plane specific. There needs to be a plane specific way to do it. Yeah, and that's out of slots for New York. So all we can do now, literally all we can do, is just pile on the Tupolevs, I guess, and we're gonna have one hell of a turn for when they arrive, trying to schedule literally all of them. I'm gonna run out of slots, I'm sure. Where is that? Once the Tupolev 134 is gone, I won't be able to do this strategy anymore, but for now. I know that the airport's not going to be done even for another few turns. So there's no point in ordering, what's it called? What am I trying to say? 747s, because they'll just be sitting around draining lease costs, so yeah. Now, it's been a few turns since I've done a price adjustment, so I'm going to do it this turn. So we're going to say all classes, if you are at 100%, no, what I'm going to do is, let's see, let me think about this. if I do everything at 0 to 1% load factor, do you think this will change all the new routes? I don't know, but what I was going to do is I'm just going to set the price of everything to 1.3, right? And then based on next turn's results, whatever isn't full will be set back. So let's go ahead and skip to the next month. And profit's recovering a little bit. It should spike up soonish. Go ahead and fill the fuel tank. And then, see, now what's happened is the routes for the larger planes have gone to 1.3, which is very nice. And then the routes which are struggling, I'm going to lower the price, basically. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if the, like this, minus, and then like this. I'm curious to see if this is going to work better than what I was doing before. So, yeah. No slots still. And no slots. And no slots. Wow. Okay. Well, because of, no slot-itis, we're just going to move on. And boom, yes, that seems to have made a big difference in my profit. I'm going to take a look at the Tupolev routes and see which ones are full. So none of them seem to be making as much as when I was charging cheap, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm going to say if the route occupancy is less than 100, then minus 2%. And like this, I think the load factors and therefore income will be about as high as possible. And there we go. New York has finally dropped slots, so we can go ahead and actually start playing. So first order of business is Tupolev 134 to literally everywhere. Like once again, these routes aren't particularly profitable, but what they do is first of all occupy slots, but second of all, just allow us to lease those 7-4s. I mean, once our income is 2 to 3 billion a turn, if that's possible to achieve in this game, I mean, this strategy becomes really pointless because you literally can just buy as many planes as you could possibly use in a turn, or possibly want to use in a turn. But the more planes, the better still, no matter what point in the game you are, because this is Air Tycoon offline and not online, and you can basically spend as long as you want on a turn. I don't think there's technically a limit to how high you'd want to go before you stop leasing planes, because leasing is always profitable. But unlike in player games, also, there's just open demand everywhere because the AIs are very bad at filling it, so far at least. I don't know what they're going to be like in the future, but right now, like, I don't know how many airplanes and stuff they're going to have by the end of their life, but like, I feel like they're basically no competition at all when playing against the computers. How far can the Tupolevs go? Like, because I'm just going to take it all. I'm going to take it all. I don't know how many more I have left. 42. So basically a shit ton. And that means I'm going to have to find a shit ton of cities to fly them to. But there aren't nearly as many cities in North America as they are in Europe. And I don't really want to do the close ones. Because they're just too slot intensive and they don't really make very much money. While the far ones actually do pretty well. Let's see. Yeah, we can just do like just about any city, I believe. I like to say if the business and tour is above 200, it's probably worth doing to a city which is as big as New York, which if you add the business and tour is close to 1,000. So 1,000, like, yeah, like that, it works very well. In general, adding the business and tour of a route together, like the combined of both cities, is a really good way of predicting the popularity. Except this model is a bit skewed. When one city is enormous and the other is tiny, I find that, for example, two cities which are 600 each connected to each other is slightly more successful than a city of 1,000 connected to a city of 200. Yeah, the 600 and 600 connected will definitely do better, even though both cities have very high combined, basically. It's just a interesting property I noticed, I guess. Not too important for playing this game most of the time, but let's go ahead and place that in. So let me just do my 747s before I finish the rest of the slots in New York. Main reason for that being these 747s, of course, are more profitable and should get the priority for my slot usage. Yeah, so everything above 300, like by at least maybe 30, 40 points, is going to be getting a 747. So just like literally any route like this. Go ahead and plop a 747. Look at this auto pricing. I don't get it. Why is it automatically pricing my routes? It normally doesn't do that. And I like that it does that because that means I'll temporarily make more money before I automatically adjust it to the right price. But if I could figure out how to always make it do that, that would be really useful, you know what I mean? And unfortunately, it won't let me make those routes, so I'm gonna have to be looking south to something like Montevideo. It's always nice when you open a new hub because you have really, like, no. Yeah, that's so annoying. It's making me place extra buttons to make a route, which I'm, of course, not a fan of. I would always hope for a game requiring less clicks to play than more at any time. Let's see, where else? Yeah, there's not a lot of stopover destinations. It takes some creative thinking to be like, yeah, this is where I can make a good, decent stopover. So, yeah, hopefully I'm able to keep coming up with them before I, like, while I still have a demand on the European side, which of course has just infinitely more cities, which you'd actually want to make a route to. Casablanca is one of them, actually. And I need something far, but I already used that. So it's just stuff in South America. I believe this city is decent, yeah? Let's go ahead and fix that. Alright. You know what? I think it's better to play on globe mode. I'm switching back to globe mode. And the reason for that is because it's easier to tell stopover direction. I don't really like the way it looks as much, to be completely honest. I feel like it's a bit slower to play in globe mode. But it's definitely much, much better in terms of telling if a stopover will be valid or not. So I think I might play on this way for a while. I think the reason why I feel like it's slower is because it's harder to tell. I don't think as many cities fit in view in the same view basically. Oh, I'm getting a headache now. This is not pleasant feeling. I don't know how people will get headaches, deal with them, to be honest. There are really not a lot of cities you can use in South America with a 747 size plane. Yeah, like even that doesn't work, so like, ooh. That's about as far as we're gonna get besides Honolulu. No, that's just one IL-62. I'll compete with that. Alright, this is a really cheap way to make a stopover, but boom, there we go. Now, what else do we have? There's still so many. There's a lot of cities still yet left to use. I think I can use Bucharest like this, actually. Because Bucharest is stopover capable. I can go ahead and do myself something like that. And it looks like I'm out of 7.4s anyway. So it's time to put an order of 7.4s, but I don't think I have a use for that many of them. I guess London is lacking a few 747 routes as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be done with 7.4s and Tupolevs. I think unless I have a new hub coming up. And I think I do actually. Okay, I can stop investing in this too. I don't need to invest. Yeah, it looks like we've got LA in a few turns, so I guess that will be demanding its own 7.4. So I can continue. Uh, I don't need to pre-order the Tupolevs because I can deliver basically as many as I want in one turn. Um, so DC 1030s it'll be. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I obviously can't afford that many. Go ahead and fix that. Yeah, so what are we looking at? More Tupolevs to New York. Just finish off the slots I do have, I guess. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty juiced out. I guess it's pretty late. Maybe I shouldn't have recorded an episode. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish off these slots in New York, and then I'll probably call it an episode. But yeah, as you can see, we're progressing along really nicely. Like, I really don't want to be spending that much on amenities for such a short route. Like, it's a bit sad that the computers are so damn uncompetitive. Um, yeah, it really wasn't much of a challenge to get past them, and now that I am, I wish it responded to your competition. If you're a good player, like a dynamic AI, I guess that's a bit too much to ask for. But you could just make the hard actually hard. I feel like this is a game where it's really easy to program an AI to play it, like given the in-game data, right? Like if I wanted to program a program that could play this game, it wouldn't be hard to play because it's like basically if I had that information, like city information and stuff, and like downloaded basically, and then I could make the route without doing the physical dragging around of the map and shit. Like if it was just find the correct route and then make it, the computer could do that really fast, right? It knows exactly where the next best route is in terms of distance. It can do it nearly instantly. Um, Yeah, so I feel like if they wanted to, it would obviously be an easy project to make these hard AI better. But I guess that there's also no motivation to do that because I'm guessing the hard AI might actually just be pretty hard for players who aren't experienced in Air Tycoon type games. So, yeah, anyways, that's all the slots in New York. I'm gonna leave the rest for, 747s as they come. But, anyways, go ahead and pass the turn. And boom, 550k profit. That's very, very nice indeed. Paris still has no slots. Do I have to build another airport if I want another one? Hopefully not. But anyways, 550k profit. Very nice indeed. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.